A few weeks later, I received an invitation from Bishop Waleran. In Winchester, we and Waleran's allies were to meet King Stephen himself. The bishop seemed assured that because we had helped the king, Stephen would support us in return. And that with his help, we would be able to rebuild Kingsbridge.
Percy Hamley.
Bishop Waleran. Good morning. Ali! It's them! Over there!
Again, thank you for your assistance in Kingsbridge, my son.
We have to thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be here today.
Of course. Well, don't just stand there. Walk out with me, but very calmly. We can't let them see us.
Oh, children, pardon me.
Now we're only missing one more.
Here he is.
Good morning.
Bishop Henry, this is
Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge.
You won't have to say much today, Philip.
Leave the talking to us.
No, leave the talking to me. King Stephen is my brother, after all. Let us make...
We must make haste. I want to go hunting in the New Forest. England is full of game. No comparison to Normandy.
This is Waleran Bigod, the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Waleran, I remember you.
And Percy Hamley.
My king.
He brought Bartholomew to justice. And he has Norman blood in him. We should hunt together someday.
Indeed, sire.
Bartholomew, on the other hand, will not leave the jail.
Percy Hamley did not do it without help. It was I who told him of the...
And now you come to be rewarded as well.
My brother, the Cathedral of Kingsbridge has burnt down. Waleran asks for a reward, not for himself. He asks...
I take it your church cannot... Neither can the crown.
or rather Bishop, you could give the Earl of Shiring's lands to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
I like the idea. But Percy and his men were the ones who took Earl's Castle. Right, Percy?
Yes, my king.
He knows the area, and he will be a loyal...
Of course, my king.
You ought to give thanks to God for... God made you king.
Don't go on like that, Henry. Don't do that. It was a long way to this throne.
Yes.
My Lord King, I thank you for being willing to reconsider the future of the Shiring earldom.
When shall we hear your decision?
Tomorrow. Bring my bow. Tell the men we hunt.
Philip, Waleran and I have much to discuss.
All right. But what can I do to...
Well, my brother asked a confession would be helpful against those who believe Bartholomew, and it may help us to convince my brother to forget all about his prom...
How could you let her get away? that little bitch.
I will find her. She was here.
To see her father, of course. But that... She has already made a fool of you once. Don't let it happen again.
No, Mother.
Monk, it's about time you showed up.
Regan Hamley? We have not been formally introduced.
You are a fool. Is that formal enough for you, Monk? You don't understand any of this, do you? It's as if you've never
You'd better
set a
call me
single
Father.
foot outside. How you let yourself be used by those two greedy bishops, I'll never know. Ugh. Waleran wants the lands of the earldom for himself. Henry knows that. Say something. You don't believe me, do you, Monk?
You are only worrying about your husband's land.
Well, of course I am, and you should be too. If Waleran wins, we both lose. I know you don't trust me, but your bishops are no different from me.
Do you have a way to prove any of this?
Ride with my son, William. Just a few hours. I will prove to you that Waleran will betray you.
All right. I will ride with your son, if only to prove you wrong.
Very well. Maybe you're not a fool, after all. But do not let the bishops see you. William,
What?
ride with Father Philip. Do as I said.
William Hamley declined to tell me where we were heading. He enjoyed keeping me in the dark and forcing me to follow his lead. Sometimes he sped ahead on his warhorse, and it took me some effort to catch up. But sooner or later he would stop and wait, sneering as I rejoined him. On one occasion, he stood there urinating against a rock. When I caught up with him, he turned without covering himself. He found my shock at his shameful behavior comical. He laughed, got back into the saddle, spurred his horse, and rode off. Again I followed, hoping this journey had not been another horrible mistake. Near a bridge, I found William with a group of washerwomen. He was shouting at them. When I arrived, I could only hear their replies. They said that they had not seen a girl or a boy fitting his description. William grabbed the startled-looking woman by the arm. He shoved his right hand under her skirt. When he heard my words, William's grin faded. He pushed the young woman away. The other women looked at me in a strange way. They must have asked themselves why a monk would ride with such a man as William. I told him I pitied him. I did not tell him why, because I had no words for it. We did not talk. William talked to more strangers along the way. First, I believed he was asking for directions. Then I realized that money was changing hands. William called the man a horse thief. Then he grinned and signaled the puzzled man to get on his horse and ride with him. William bluntly threatened to have the man hanged for stealing a horse of his, and then ordered him to hunt down the real thieves in exchange for his life. The man laughed as if he had made a great bargain. Then William waved at me to ride faster. I reckoned we had to be close to where Lady Hamley wanted us to. Just a moment.
What?
So what are we doing here?
No idea. Mother never tells me anything. She treats me and Father like damn children. It's a wonder Father ever got to fuck her in the first place. But here I am. Damn, I'm starving.
Where are you going?
In there.
No!
I'm sure the bishop would want to see me well fed. We won't be staying long, so whatever it is you gotta do... How can I help you? How about you step aside?
William forgot to close his sack. What is that? I have to...
You were here before, weren't you? Yes. Philip,
Yes.
please.
What happened?
He forced me to serve him. He took the Lord's name in vain. And he pushed me.
Oh, God.
Ah, the monk. Oh. Did the boy call you? So what? Did he ask you for help?
You didn't have to... I knew you would get us in
Trouble. Me? We're young men, he and I asked you to leave.
And that... What will the bishop think of your behavior?
Listen, we're all on the same side here.
We are not.
You, me, him, we're all working. He won't mind. I play rough. We are all men of God. Well, I'm a man. I don't know what you call yourselves.
How are you working for...
You already forgot. I found you back in Kingsbridge. When
You did not find...
The bishop and I got talking. We have an
understanding about...
I took Earl's Castle for...
Your parents agreed to arrest Bartholomew because they want...
Who cares what they... I felled Bartholomew's men with my sword. The old man was begging me for his life. I did it for the bishop.
What?
But hey, I'm sure you did great You think my father took Earl's Cup?
I pity...
Again? You pity me? I pity... You're not a man. Neither of you are.
We are men of...
A man kills, and no one talks down to me. No one! I know you saw me and that whore at the... I would have fucked that woman if it hadn't been for you.
And what would that have achieved?
She'd have learnt her lesson. And don't you think I noticed how you spied on me and that horse thief? I should kill you for that. I should. Let me tell you, I will fuck Bartholomew's whore of a daughter. I will fuck her good. I'm a man! Damn it, I'd fuck the boy if that was the only way to put it. Hell, he looks like he'd enjoy...
Not even God would forgive those sins.
Of course he would! He already did, the bishop told.
Then the bishop is...
Hey, now, we will stay here as I've not finished. Shit.
Throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weep...
What?
Hell. It is... I told you of heaven and hell once before. Do you remember?
Of course. The bishop said the relief intimidates even his most impious visitors. They all fear death. I'm not afraid to die. Do not fear those who kill the body. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body. Who's he?
The devil. A fallen angel.
I have nothing to be afraid of. The cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, and all liars. Their souls are the devil's. They will all go to hell. Stop it! Hell is far away. I'm not afraid.
The bishop. Better. There, that looks... And if anyone's name was not found written, he was thrown into...
What's that?
The second death of the sinners.
Bishop Waleran said that if a sinner stares into the flame, the devil stares back from the lake of fire. What?
I can't see him. What is it?
We ride back to Winchester. Now! What happened?
Maybe he saw things to come.
How can I thank you?
Tell me, what?
What?
A substantial construction is underway, it seems.
Yes,
What is it?
a castle. The bishop is building a castle.
A castle? Why a castle?
I don't know. It is not for me to ask or question the bishop.
Of course.
And I doubt it's for you to question him either. That man, William, had no idea why you two came here, had he? You came here to spy on the bishop. You brought this man here. Leave! Go!
There you are. My son's...
You priests and your talk. You always get...
He seemed more excited after talking to you. Then again, we know Waleran.
Of course.
Speaking of Waleran, what did you...
A construction site.
Ah. So where did you also find out?
A castle.
Yes. And he used up every stone and every tree. He claims he wants Bartholomew's land for your cathedral. But what Waleran wants is a castle.
He's always been like this.
Not long ago, you accused us of being selfish. But what about your bishop, eh?
What do you want?
As Prior of Kingsbridge, you will agree that my husband shall...
And why would I do you?
Because we will...
The king can live up to all of his promises.
That is our honor.
No.
Why not?
We made you a good offer.
You need me. The king still considers giving all the lands of the earldom to Wayland. You need this deal with me just as much as I...
This is... We taught this fool well.
What are your terms?
What is more valuable, arable land or forest?
Arable land, of course.
Then you shall have the arable and I'll have the forest.
I need the forest to hunt. An earl must have his hunt.
You can hunt there. I just want the timber for my cathedral.
Ugh,
Which do you want, the cattle pastures or the sheep grazings?
the pasture.
Then I'll have the hill farms with their sheep. Would you like the income from markets or the quarry?
Suppose we said the quarry.
You won't, though, will you?
No. We'll take the markets. You can have the stones.
It is agreed, then?
We have a pact. My husband will let the king know of our agreement. Bishop Waleran will be quite surprised. You will see his true face when he does not get what he wants.
Good day.
You come to visit someone in my... Or do you want to...
How dare...
Oh, See? A smile. Just for...
The wicked walk on... Bishop Henry.
The bishop, eh?
He wants me to talk to
Bartholomew? Ha! It's only Bartholomew now. It's his 4th day without bread. Soon he won't even be Bartholomew anymore.
Bartholomew. I am Brother Philip. Could you forgive those that wronged you?
Only God forgives. A monk should know that.
Your conspiracy. Was it really worth dying for?
Stephen sent you. Why would you side with the usurper?
I was asked to make you confess.
Stronger men tried that before you. Why should I confess to you?
Your people found your confession.
I have no sins to commit. My only regret is that I failed.
I will not tell the king that. They will kill you.
They have already done that. Monk, tell them that I confessed.
To what?
All of it. Treason.
But...
The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father. Tell Stephen that as well.
You... know the script?
Richard and Aliena, my children, they must live.
And a good day.
Ah, Philip.
He confessed, but he asks...
Good. I will let my brother know what we have achieved today once...
Good, Philip. You...
About Bath...
My brother was never one to judge a... Still, I shall mention Bath...
Would you not rather build a castle, my bishop?
What?
Winchester Castle.
Of course.
Maybe I should...
Yes, there is not much...
Yes, your bishop and I...
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Shiring. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, plus all other arable land and low-lying pasture.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king...
Of course, I have not forgotten. The Earl of Shiring himself, Percy here, solved it. Thanks to him, I can uphold... Don't worry, Bishop Whaler. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward.
My brother, may I present to you Philip?
You seem afraid.
I'm worried about my
I heard about the fire.
On the day of the fire, God sent us a builder, but we cannot pay him.
Don't worry. Now, about the arrangement. He insisted that I give the sheep grazings belonging. The Priory will also have the right to take stone from the Earl's quarter. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing...
Wonderful.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Whaler, in this...
Thank you.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning, he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children. While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land...
You must be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
My husband and I were terrified when we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge. It is a blessing that we can help him and his priory now.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
I